Today's terrarium is going to be a little different. I'm still starting with the drainage layer made from sand, but no pattern today, because that'll eventually be covered with a base. Once that's filled in, I can add my terrarium soil. I have this beautiful piece of grapewood vine that I want to use, but it's a little empty in this area. So to remedy that, I'm going to glue two pieces together. I started by applying the superglue directly to the wood and then holding the two pieces together. And that didn't work. So then I added pieces of cotton ball. This will give each piece of wood more surface area to hold on to. A couple more squirts of superglue before I held the pieces together. This worked much better. Then I just removed any excess cotton with a pair of tweezers and then filled in the cracks with a slurry of water and terrarium soil. And now it fills up the space perfectly. Then I'll add a couple more scoops of terrarium soil to keep it in place. I forage for my moss on hikes around the city, so often I'll have to cut the pieces so that they fit nicely in the space. I like to add a couple different varieties of moss for additional texture. I'm adding these larger stones to help balance out the shape. And then I can fill in any of the gaps with additional moss. I alternate between using my long tweezers and a skewer stick to get everything maneuvered into place. I'm adding some smaller stones to the front of the terrarium for additional visual interest. I'm using a plant today for the first time. This is the Anubias nana petite. It is a semi-aquatic plant, and what I like about it is it has this rhizome here that doesn't like to be submerged in a substrate. It actually thrives by being attached to wood or rock, and I'm going to do that today by using some super glue and attaching it to the grapewood. I'll add these in a couple more places to keep the build balanced. Then I can add a cutting of one of my favorites, string of frogs. I've been growing out these cuttings in some stratum, so they already have some aerial roots, so I'll just be sure to push those into the moss to keep them moist. I'll give the terrarium a drink by spraying it down with distilled water. Then I can add it to the base and a wood ball on top to help keep in the humidity to help this terrarium thrive.